This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.
Eldoret.
Well done.
Yes.
I was looking at you properly.
Eldoret. I actually schooled in Keses constituency.
You did?
Yeah.
At some point, your member of parliament was the Honorable Dr. Kiprop Mishra, Arab Chelule.
Chilulate.
Well done.
Just so you know, he was also my doctor.
He's your doctor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right.
Medhill. Yeah.
Tutauliza maswali. Is everything inside?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We just have to confirm.
Yeah.
And we'll also ask him when he comes.
Okay.
The Kenya we want is the conversation that we're having. 4 years after handover, where is agriculture, finance, and infrastructure? How is it? What does it look like? The things that you are then meant to do, where do we want to go? He'll join us for that conversation. Let's shine a spotlight on that at 7 o'clock. And then at 8 o'clock, the Member of Parliament for Funyula constituency will join us. Dr. Mutiso Kitui mentioned Funyula yesterday, and he talked about, you've built affordable housing here, but then the people go to the...
When I go to Funyula, what makes you think that I will live here to take my goats to Uko? Was the question.
Yes. The Member of Parliament for that constituency is the Honourable Dr. Wilberforce Obambio Oundo. Yes. He's going to join us at 8 for a conversation around beyond the regional fortress. Can we be actually having a conversation about a unified country when the people of the country are agreed on issues and not necessarily where you come from?
Yeah.
Look, it may sound controversial, but I do feel that you need to have been grounded where you're from first. And I'm not saying that you need to pull people. I'm saying you need to be grounded where you are from first, because where's your background? And on that do you build, not that necessarily you're going to just bring in people up from where you are. Before you look at the unification of the nation, can Kenya truly forge a unified political future by 2027? Can it happen? Let's talk about that at 8 o'clock. And then finally, Penina Mukabane is the CEC Kakamega County. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow is the 27th of August. It will mark 16 years of the promulgation of Kenya's constitution that happened in 2010. And as a result of that, we saw the birth of counties. We saw county assemblies, governors, senators kind of keeping the oversight in check. Now, when we look at the realization of the Constitution, what are the markers of devolution? CECs is one of them. Let's talk about how that has actually helped some of these things come to be and whether it is a sustainable way of governance. That's what our conversations look like today. Thank you for already getting into the room. Let's talk together. Some of these things may not come together, but in their own as unitary, as units, they are important. So let's talk about them. Sawa?
Yes.
All right.
The home of couscous.
Oh, okay.
Uko ndio tuko. Uko ndio tuko. But the proverb we get this morning, just go straight into it. When your vision is enormous, small setbacks become lessons rather than endings. When your vision is enormous, small setbacks become lessons rather than endings.
Yeah. When you see when you've seen the end from the beginning, when you can see where you're going, the things along the way should not take you by surprise, number one. They should be expected, but they should also not dampen your spirit and make it seem as though that is the end of the world. That you can take them in stride and actually learn from them and then move on to the next thing. I would see that.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, stay focused, man. Look at the bigger goal. Everything else that happens perhaps is meant to propel you get there. So don't focus on the setbacks. Just keep on moving.
Yep.
The target is the focus.
Yeah. There's so many songs that have been done about that. Like keep on moving.
Keep on moving.
As in don't stop. And across, it's something that we can all remember.
Yeah.
All right. So let's say hello to you as you're tuned into the room this morning. Tell us where you're tuned in from and let's get this conversation going. So we'll take a minute to just recognize you and thank you for joining us this morning. We're being told to rise and slay. I see you. Is it Skitty? It must be Skitty. Don Sawa says, good morning, Ndwana Seto.
Yeah.
Bwana Seto.
Yes.
Did the World Bank just ban Webmasters Limited and its CEO for 5 years? Is this not the same question you asked yesterday,
Yes,
Don?
it did.
Don,
Yes,
you asked
it
this
did.
question yesterday and we answered you. Amma?
Are they a fraud or accomplice internationally? Yes.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
All right. George Adimo says, good morning, Spice family. Rongo is listening. Bonjour, mes amis. Is Liumi says, California greetings. There's an uptick in cardiovascular conditions leading to stroke, acute heart disease, and other adverse comorbidities. Important to have health experts come in. Yes. And if you were listening to our Friday Healthy Friday conversations a couple of weeks ago, we went right into some of these things. But it's a good point, and I think we can talk about that. That non-communicable diseases are on the rise. Cancer, heart health, around those. For sure. Can be in the books. Rogers Nyanga is tuned in from Birikani in Voi. Peter Chiari says, good morning. When we understand that each day isn't one more day, but one less, we'll start giving more value to the things that matter. Miss Kia, where? Come and say, where?
Where is constant? Where? Where?
Yes. So there's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Christina says, good morning to you. Kimiak, apparently some teachers are more teachers than others and receive letters from State House. Best believe, when I say nothing good will come out of the Kenya Kwanzaa administration.
Well, yeah. The jungle is not equal.
Yeah. Good morning, Spice fam. The sponsors of ethnic animosity in social media and out here is well known. And it was something expected, as they want Kenyans thinking tribally and not critically.
Yes.
But most hol polloi are wise.
Yes.
This is a plan, guys. It is not. It is to get you to it is not a modus operandi. It is a plan. And it is deliberate, it is intentional to have you imagine that you can hate your brother or sister because they're from somewhere else. Or that they can divide you along those lines.
Remember, individuals who are spewing these hate as well, once they get into office, they become members of National Assembly. They make decisions for Kenya.
All of you.
So in that aspect, representation is one aspect of the overall role, that is fixing Kenya. One would hope.
Osala Mark says, good morning, Njwana Seto. How can IBC declare that education qualifications should not be considered for one to contest for any leadership position? Now, Wakenya wamenyamaza too. Really? Yep, they did. They said that.
Yep.
And you all seem to be okay with it. That nobody needs an education to then come and rule over the questions about your laws, the very intricate details of an economy, health, education, etc. You don't need an education.
Why?
No, that's what they've said. And everybody seems to be okay with it. I'm gobsmacked, but okay. Dancy Lagat says, good morning, Spice FM. Morning, my favorite country music legend, Dolly Parton. She's an eagle. When she flies, her music shall never die. Very, very true. Hello, Princess Ndwana Seto. Mlima proverb, a foreseer is heard at home. We were warned he can't lead and unfit for office, but didn't listen. It came to be. Now every day, a new boogeyman is found. Yes.
Yeah.
Don Sabo says, oh no, the legend has passed on Dolly Parton. Ndu, sing for us a song by Dolly Parton. Okay, this is the song that you think was not a Dolly Parton song and was actually made famous by another artist who won a Grammy Award for her rendition of the very first one that was done. And the royalties that Dolly Parton got from that song, she actually went and took all that money, over $10 million, and sunk it in a neighborhood in Tennessee. I hope that life treats you kind, and I hope you have all you dreamed of, and I wish you joy and happiness. But above all of this, I wish you love, and I will always love you. That song was originally done by Dolly Parton. Whitney Houston came and ramped it up a little bit and blew it out of the water, but it remained her song, she being the first one that ever did it. May she rest in peace. Her music lives on. Beatrice Omanwa says, good morning, Ndu and Dennis. Good morning to you. Miss Pia says, good morning from Nyandara County, especially from the constituency where a frequent guest at the Situation Room lost his seat, including losing his own polling station. Guess where and who? Ooh-wee. A frequent guest, Nyandarua County, lost his position. Nani huyo?
Nyandarua.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Just like playing Jeopardy. I don't know. I can't remember. A frequent guest here lost his position.
I don't know.
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Perhaps we need to think about that.
Yeah.
See, now you just put us out of our misery and tell us who it is, Miss Pia. Nelson Mongai says, good morning, Team Spies. Keep informing us and kudos for shaping the nation every day. From Petersburg in the UK, a very good morning to you. Thank you very much. Wanda, good morning, Ndwana Seto from Toronto. The world has lost an icon, Dolly Parton. She was my mom's favorite artist, so I grew up listening to her. Ndu, would you please sing a little of... Oh, there, I didn't even think that that's what you did, but there we did. We did it. Leo says, do nurses fall under the KMPDU general realm, though... thought he said they agreed with counties on return to work formula, then why are nurses still striking upon their demands until their demands are met? PR Talk Shop. Well, yeah, nurses essentially would fall under the KMPDU, but interestingly, because they have their own council, they have their own union. So the KMPDU largely, not in entirety, focuses on doctors. Okay, and that's why clinical officers also have their own union. Yep. They also have their own council.
That is KUKO.
Yeah, KUKO. So it largely, KMPDU is about the doctories, the doctories. Right. Okay. So there's the answer to that. Jose Mahenda says, good morning, I'm tuned. Linda Gola says, bonjour to you, good morning to you. Vesh Musanga is tuned in this morning. Which city are you in? Which town in Zimbabwe are you in, Vesh? Or are you somewhere else? Do tell. Eric Nganga says, good morning, Spices. Ndu, kindly sing us one song in memory of Dolly Parton. There it was. Bernard Nyaberi is tuned in this morning. Karibu Sana. And Ndu and Deno, he's asking, the issue of salary delay is so demoralizing. Most counties haven't paid their people for 2 months. Now it's not good at all. Dennis Aseto, what's your comment, sir?
Plead the fifth.
He's pleading the fifth month. Yeah. He's pleading the fifth. See what I did there?
Pleading the fifth.
Good morning, guys, says Erica Orr. Wanda says, I did have a question for you. What do you think of employers checking employees' social media for hate rhetoric versus freedom of speech and privacy?
Repeat that again.
What do you think of employers searching their employees' social media accounts for hate rhetoric versus freedom of speech and privacy?
Right, catch 22, man.
You feel that they should not check or they should check?
It's catch-22 because at the end of the day, whatever it is you see out here, in one way or the other, you represent the company or whatever it is where you work. So your employer would want to have the best people inside and outside. You get what I mean? So at the end of the day, you would be the face of that company. But then again, there is equally freedom of speech for me to express myself, which then is the law. So catch-22.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you can sue. It's my right for me to speak the way I'm speaking.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, but equally, I have the right to let you go if I think you don't. Anyway, yeah.
Okay.
Catch-22. Yeah.
Jennifer Tenya nakusalimia sana.
Nimesalimika sana, Jennifer. How are you?
Good morning, my beautiful persons. Good morning, Aseto. I am intentional about you this morning.
Thank you. Good morning. How are you, Jennifer? Shatoka Kikuyu Road.
Good morning, Spice family. We can't wait to engage. Let's get into it. Oyaore Ndu Anaseto.
Oyaore Ahenya.
Very good. Kitale is tuned in Kwanjia Ilio Sambamba. Okay. Brian Ronald says, is Mishra going to answer the Medihill saga on organ trafficking? Well, let's see. We'll ask.
Yes.
Brian Ronald also says, sorry, forgive my bad manners. Good morning. Yes. Good morning. Raim Sula Omar says, good morning from Nairobi, Kenya. We need to talk about Uhuru versus Ruto season 2. There's a season 2.
Seemingly.
Christina says, kids have just reported to school, yet schools are demanding zero balance. Wallahi, ningejua maisha itakuwa hivi, I wouldn't have brought kids into this world, but we are managing, alhamdulillah. Walala.
Yeah, it's a feeling out there.
It is. Ram Shalom says, one of the 48 rules of power, never reveal your secret plans in regards to the proverb. Yes. Caesar says, you mean Dolly had to die for us to get an album? It's okay. Sorry, man. Sorry, boss. I'll do something. I promise. See, I've promised. Constitutionalism and the rule of law is key. Software. Seto Ndu Kisumu is fine. Pintech. Pintech is what?
Pintech.
Pintech is?
That is hard, but
Oui.
yeah, direct translation.
Pintech. Oh, tech. Michael Olanda says good morning. Beja says good morning from the United Kingdom, Paddington to be specific. Osana Emily says good morning. Someone strategizing to be the president of in 2032, and they run away when there are hefty matters to be discussed. Ya Kenya ni magumu. Mark Wangi says good morning. Spice family, we fix the nation one conversation at a time. Kabisa. This year we have lost a lot of celebrities in Bollywood and Hollywood. Yeah. Tini Meshak says, good morning, Spice. Rest in peace, Dolly Parton. And as for Sifuna, have a good day, my G. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my G, Sifuna, we have a good day. Good morning, Spice family, says Nashon. Good morning to you. Henry says, good morning, Spice. Aseto nakuona umechangamka. Kabisa. Today is Women's Equality Day, Ama. Some of us are slow learners. Actually, no. Wednesday is Woman Crush Wednesday. Yeah. That's what they call it. So think about that woman that you're crushing on. And okay, let's just keep
crush on them.
Security says good morning. I still wonder whether there is Ford Kenya, Ford Asili, Ford People. There's ODM and ODM Kenya. There's NAC and NAC Kenya. The registrar of political parties should not take Kenyans for a ride. A lot of these people folded one.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Kioni, yes, thank you, please.
Oh.
Kieni constituency. Yes, he is the former member of parliament for Kieni, and he actually lost his seat. It is truth. Mukoho Waare says the same thing. Indeed, it is. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Please forgive me. Good morning, Spice FM. Olara Otunu is in the race for the Secretary General of the United Nations. His plan for institution is interesting. Keep an eye. Yes, he did give a thumping address, and it will be decided too soon. Mark Mwangi says, Ndu, you continue to pleasantly surprise us. Drop an album. Sawa. Kiari Peter says, good morning from Mombasa. We've got that. Miss Pierre, you said Jeremiah Kioni. Yes. Onganga Ken says, well done, Ndu, you almost sang. Almost? What are you saying? Vintage Oak says, Ndu, you should have auditioned for TPF. What are those? Okay.
Tasker Project Fine.
Oh, yeah. Right. Okay, I sing in my shower. Linda Agola says, what does the company policy say? That should be the guide in social media matters in response to the question that Wanda is asking. Wangi Juma says, good morning, Spice FM. How are you all this morning? How are you?
Salama.
Okay.
Okay.
You know how people say, I've realized people ask how are you, but nobody really answers.
Yeah.
And neither do the people wait to find out the answer to the question that they have asked.
Usually, when you repeat the same question a second time,
it's when people realize, you were asking me.
Yeah.
But then you who is asking how are you, do you really want to know?
That's the thing.
Do you really want to know?
Now you should have an album with that. Do you really want to know?
We're fine, thank you, Bwangi Juma. So the government will continue to confirm the handball, as was said by Sifuna. Zalo says, good morning. Can you imagine police are going to get a new uniform? No, you didn't tell us good morning, but I've said good morning to everybody on your behalf. As in, every administration will be giving police new uniform.
Yep.
Yes.
What are they wearing now?
The bright blue. Okay. They used to be the baby blue.
Yeah.
Now it's the bright blue. I don't know what's going to happen
so now
next.
They're going back to a new one. We should get that tender.
Who and who?
Should get, not to supply fabric. No, don't think big.
Asweto Couture now wants to be making police uniform.
Now follow me through that. Yeah? I want to be the one supplying the thread that will be sewing the uniforms.
The thread?
Simple.
Uzi.
How many uniforms are we? How many police officers do we have?
I don't know.
Nyuzi ngapi utanunua?
Sijui mimi.
Exactly. Just order an entire tank. China.
Thomas Asoro says, sasa umesikia, Dennis, Asweto Couture is going to be making those.
Asweto Couture and Yarn Company.
Unafaa kutafuta kazi ya usiku wewe. Gerald Taiti says, good morning. Cleveland, always proud listening to you guys. Cleveland in Ohio. Good morning, Karibu Sana. Jackson says, drop album, we buy soda body style. Sawa.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
I should just do something.
Do some.
Okay. Alicia Morano says, good morning. It's officially back to school. Nafi ile, a long-term, second term. Yes. Raskodor says, good morning, my good people. I heard they're unveiling new police uniforms this Friday. And yes, serikali ni yao. Yeah.
Tell Newsy. Aseto is supplying news.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
It is important. Imagine not having a thread. How do you fix the uniform? It's an important cog in this wheel.
Gerald says you drive 600 miles. You do what? You drive 600 miles to go where? You always leave us stranded when you end the program. We need more hours. So we'll put in your concern.
Yeah.
And
we'll talk to boss lady and tell her.
Yeah, we'll talk to her and tell her.
More hours.
Yeah, that's what it looks like this morning. So we've promised.
Yes.
I've promised I'll do an album. You're going to provide thread for the university police uniform.
Uniform, yes.
And then we'll move on from there.
Yes.
Jolene, Jolene. Please don't take him just because you can.
Yeah.
This is the Situation Room. The only way. This is the Situation Room. The only way to start your day. Room. The only way to start your day.
By what is turning out to be a bitter property dispute. 2 murders, 1 bitter family feud, and a 1.5 billion shilling land war. The killing of Dr. Victoria Mutiso has ripped open the family's darkest battles with allegations of betrayal, revenge, and a deadly property fight now spilling into court. Investigators are probing whether her murder and the earlier assassination of lawyer Matthew Chalo Bobu are connected, while the suspects are fighting back, claiming they are being set up in a long-running battle over land. Piece it, we talked about it before, but last year, along the Karen Road, coming towards, and then jutting out towards Ongata Rongai, Wakili was killed.
Yep.
Wakili was sorting out a property dispute between Professor Ndete and now the one of the women now who has been brought before court. It is said that Professor Ndete at some point was living in this home with Dr. Victoria Mutiso. Do you see the connection now? We keep making the connection. They'll keep telling us what's happening, but tomorrow is Thursday. The courts will tell us whether there's a case to answer. And then now, if charges, the ODPP did actually seek for murder charges against them. Let's see what happens after that. There's a project, and it's seeking to reduce digital skills inequality in communities. Remember the conversation that we had yesterday about what's happening with cluster 1, 2, 3, 4 schools, and whether some have the technology that they require to then be able to compete. The answer is no.
No.
So without us even trying to color it anything else.
I mean, I think that as all should be read together with the promise of the digital highway that was to be set up. So in terms of progress of that,
when he was CS.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but remember it was a promise by the president during the campaign. We're going to construct a digital highway from the coast all the way to Malaba.
No, let's move on.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I'm just saying.
Let's talk about. Wait, as we're talking about this digital, I'm just asking so that nobody get triggered this morning or I beg. See, in January, was it not February, when he met the chiefs at State House?
Yeah, that
and he
tablet.
said in 6 months they would get tablets, all of them.
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
But did they?
If they got...
Because they were to be given 3 things. So they were to be given the tablets, they were to be given firearms, and they were to be given vehicles.
Yeah.
So those 3 things.
Yeah.
Were they in the budget?
No.
Okay.
Okay. PS taken to task over proposal to expand Wajir Airport. The Principal Secretary for Aviation and Aerospace Development. Did you know that there was a department like that?
Yeah.
Did you know that the PS is called Teresia Mbaika? She was taken to task by Parliament over the expansion of the Wajir Airport. While Mbaika insisted that there was no plan to take over private land for the project, the area legislator claimed the proposal had been made. So ni kama wanataka kuchukua ni hapa kidogo. The PS says, nani, mimi,
Sisi.
Sisi. No. Member of Parliament says, wewe. We know this is what you're doing. So they're trying to find out what exactly is going on. To expand or not to expand? That is the question. Now, varsities bear the cost of Ruto's failed funding model, as freshers report. They're reporting this week into many universities all over the country. University funding crisis. 202,133 first-year students placed in universities for the 2026-2027. They're requiring 47.36 billion shillings to fund. 30.9 billion is the government allocation for scholarships this year. There's a shortfall of 17 billion. 38.7 billion is the cumulative funding gap under the student center funding model. 103 billion pending bills accumulated by public universities as of January 31st, 2026. Let's continue with the billions, because there's 33.21 of them unpaid statutory deductions. Lakini sasa, when you pay people, so you've paid them less those statutory deductions. Sasa your person enda?
Why should we remit them?
Okay.
So you can hold on to it a little bit longer and then do some other things on the side.
It's only fraud.
But you do.
Some more billions for you this morning. 26.34 billion shillings unpaid salaries and wages. Hapoko unpaid salaries. 18.63 billion unremitted SACCO deductions.
SACCO pia. The lifeline of employees,
4.69 billion shillings amount owed to part-time lecturers. Unpaid suppliers 4.17 billion. 3 billion outstanding capital project obligations. 2023, 2024, first year of the funding model, government met 100% of the 12.63 billion required. Well done. 2024-2025 funding covered 64% of the 26 billion required, leaving a 9.6 billion shilling gap. 2025-2026 funding covered just 57% of the 29.55 billion requirement, leaving a 12.6 billion shilling gap. August 31st, 2026 is the deadline for public and stakeholders to submit memoranda on the proposed new funding model.
So,
as you've gone, which is normal, as you go along, the demand increases, but unfortunately, you've not been able to meet the demand. Yes, go.
How many times are we going to sit down to discuss the same thing?
As many times
there were discussions there were on help, on we need to fix it. Then there came the Presidential Working Party that came up with its recommendations, and they went across the country picking information, right?
Yeah.
Now is a third time where we're sitting down for a new funding model. I'm like, guys, we're wasting again billions. Yeah. Like, have you seen all those gaps, man? Lewis Nyaundi must have gone through it,
The teachers, Nyaundi and Musungu?
Yes.
Former officers free, DPP may charge them again. The 13 officers from the disbanded Special Service Unit are now free until when or if the Director of Public Prosecutions opts to charge them afresh after the collapse of the murder case.
Okay.
You remember that case?
Yeah.
Okay, so now it seems as though maybe they could be let go. MPs Claire Sosion and
Lentoijoni
for TSC Commissioner roles. Congratulations. We'll look into this tragedy of a bitter divorce, prime property row, and 2 city murders, if they're all connected. Ndete family row spills into Mutiso murder lawsuit. So now they're making the connection. Let me tell you something. You do wrong and you don't make recompense for it. You don't, even if I believe you've done wrong, even if you apologize. It brings the gap small. It makes a gap smaller.
It lessens the burden.
Thank you. But now you walk around like a peacock here and you've done wrong. It will come back.
And it will bite you proper.
It will come back. So I'm not saying anybody did anything here, but I'm just saying that Wakili was killed last year. People thought that it was just somebody robbed him. I don't know, it finished. Who was to ever think that in August 2026 there would be a connection between another murder and the person who killed him? You thought you had gone scot-free. Scott, not so free.
Not so free.
Kitui, the opposition should speak as one. Of course, that's taking the story that we had from the conversation that we had with him yesterday. Nurses have said, Mimi, return to work. And you've not paid me. You must be drinking omena. Because what?
In short, they said, atukuji, na kuna kitu mtafanya.
Mpaka mufanya, vile tulikuwa
tumeagree, 2017 CBN nyinyi muliweka sahihi. Pay us.
So now,
ama mwende hospitali mfanye kazi pekee.
You can be drinking your omena while we
eat omena.
No, this one I'm saying they must be drinking. said, this one, you think we'll come back and you've not paid us.
Yeah.
This one you must be drinking.
Yeah.
Omena. That's the problem. You must be drinking it. Now they said that they should sell Tuju's property. Cinder,
Yeah.
nobody has come to say they want to buy.
Yep, no one showed up.
Yeah. So what does that mean?
I think he still has room to get his property back.
When the gods want to smile on you, it's very interesting how they do it.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But I think also people are just like, there's so much going on. You know. Yeah. Okay.
Inside 1 billion shillings to plan to deliver peaceful elections, and there is the National Cohesion and Integration Commission Chairman Kefa Omai, and there's a plan to say that we're going to spend some money so that the elections will be peaceful. 1 billion shillings.
Compare what we need to do. Charge people. Take people to court and stop the nonsense. And that 1 billion shillings perhaps would be spent on something else.
Apana.
Let's set an example of individuals who already we have seen. Unajua?
Okay.
Yeah.
Another
Anyway,
billion.
maybe 1 billion is for paying lawyers.
That's another billion.
Yeah.
3.5 billion shillings is needed for El Nino. Ministry is seeking 3 billion shillings, I beg your pardon, for El Nino and warns of disease outbreaks. Yes.
Yeah.
It's probable that they need that kind of money. I don't know where they're going to get it from, but it's true. With all that water kind of like not having an outlet, or if that's the case, you have waterborne diseases, cholera, typhoid.
Teacher.
Yes.
Nikona swali.
Axe.
Deputy President Kithure Kindiki is spearheading, or rather overseeing, that body that is meant to handle the disaster El Nino, right?
Yeah.
So one asked the question, the ministry is saying this, but what exactly is this body that is being headed by Deputy President saying and doing, and what is their plan? Because if you're handling El Nino, you're not only handling flood water, you're handling including waterborne diseases that would be as a result of the same. So there's ministry, there is this body. Tuko, and then NDMA pia wanasema, or National Disaster Management
Sasa
Authority.
unajua ubaya yako unapenda kuuliza watu maswali ngumu kabla ifike saa moja.
We need to ask those questions. And we are not drinking omena. Vintage joke, no, we are not.
The nurses have said, you want us to come back to work and you've not agreed. You must be drinking omena. There's a problem.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay. Because that is so far removed from any kind of possibility that otherwise is also the case.
The case.
You see how you can't drink omena is how we can't come to work if you don't pay us. I mean, the two, not mutually exclusive. Yeah. That's where we are. Leadership, the tomorrow that youth were promised has come. Flavia Momanyi has a column there, and that's what she's telling us in the Bold newspaper this morning. Now, this case that's going on, I'm following keenly, because where is Brian Odhiambo? Hello?
Yes.
That case continues the inquiry into his whereabouts. A KWS officer has been grilled as mystery deepens over missing fishermen. Can I go into this story in a little bit of detail?
Yes.
All right. The Kenya Wildlife Service officer in charge of an operation that culminated in the disappearance of a fisherman believed to be missing was on Monday questioned in a Nakuru court. Brian Odhiambo allegedly disappeared in the hands of the KWS Rangers on the 18th of January 2025 at sewage area inside Lake Nakuru National Park after they arrested him for illegal fishing and trespass. Senior Sergeant Francis Washira led Rangers who arrested the fisherman and 9 other people on the fateful day, took the stand before Senior Principal Magistrate Kip Kurui Kibelion. Washira is charged with abducting Odhiambo alongside his 5 subordinates, whom he commanded during an operation to arrest illegal fishermen and park trespassers. Washira defended himself, saying that the first suspect, whose description matched that of Odhiambo, escaped their custody when he was left with one of the rangers, Abdul Rahman Sudi. I want to stop there because remember there was an eyewitness account of one of the people who was also arrested and said, enyewe, wakati tuliwacha huyo alikuwa amelala ndani ya gari chini na hakuwa na move.
Alikuwa amelimwa, alikuwa amepigwa.
Kabisa. So when you lie, please try and remember the other lie. Washira defended himself, blah, blah, blah. However, when cross-examined by the prosecution and family lawyers over the incident, Washira failed to answer key questions, casting doubt on his defense. Washira testified that despite pursuing the fisherman for some time before he was arrested by rangers, including 2 armed, they left him alone with Sudi, a ranger driver, contrary to their standing orders, which provided for how many officers? 2. After he was arrested at around 11 a.m., I ordered him tied up and he boarded Sudi's vehicle. You arrested him, then you still wanted to tie him up. I wonder. I left the suspect with Sudi alone, testified Washira. He failed to explain how Sudi was supposed to drive the vehicle, patrol the park, do surveillance, and at the same time guard the suspect. That's why they're supposed to be how many?
2.
Since I was under strain, I weighed my options and I ordered Sudi to remain with the suspect who was not a threat and was cooperative. So why did you tie him up? Washira said that Sudi was to guard the suspect. He, however, struggled to explain why he did not instruct Sudi to surrender the suspect at the investigations office, which was nearby as they pursued other suspects. As the team closed in on the other 9 suspects, Washira testified that he radio called Sudi at around 1 p.m. and instructed him to go back to sewage with the suspect at the back of his vehicle and do surveillance work. Do you understand? Go do surveillance with somebody in the back of your vehicle tied up. He testified that he called him again at 2 p.m. and Sudi informed him that the suspect had injured him and escaped after he allowed him to relieve himself. I'm going to stop there and you can now decipher as you wish. At the end of the day, where is Brian Odhiambo?
Imagine, I'm just thinking, there is somebody somewhere who knows exactly what happened to Brian.
Not somebody somewhere. These people who are in court.
Because if you look at the witness accounts, those who are with Brian, they're telling exactly what happened at the time. I mean, remember even that follow-up when they're going back to what was supposedly a gravesite?
Yep.
And they went back and that place had been disturbed. Someone must have gone back and disturbed the area to a point where mtu alienda kulima, basically, inside the park. You know, all these point to a well-planned cover-up simply because individuals killed Brian Odhiambo. For what exactly?
I think that, I'm not sure. I'm saying I think, and it's my opinion. I think he was, again, beaten to death.
Yeah.
And the manner in which they handled it was haphazard. And what they're doing now, like you're saying, is trying to cover their tracks.
Yeah.
But the story is not adding up.
Yep.
And somebody is lying. And it is going to come out. It is going to come out. You have somebody, you tell me, somebody is tied up in the back of your vehicle. Yeah. Then you say, I'm doing surveillance around sewage area in the Lake Nakuru National Park to make sure that there are no trespassers or illegal fishermen. I've got somebody tied up in the back of my vehicle. So then the guy asked to relieve himself. You are armed. You're armed.
Yep.
The guy asked to relieve himself. You allow him to go relieve himself. Then he injures.
He injures you. And
then runs away.
But you see, that notwithstanding, that is their version, right? But what happens to the other witnesses who say, by the time we were disembarking from this vehicle, Brian was lying there motionless, you know, because if all these other witnesses and their statements corroborate each other, one asks the question, the other individuals, why is it that what Officer 1 and Officer 2 is saying do not corroborate?
Number
you know
2,
what I mean?
The other individuals were arrested.
Yes.
Mind you, some of them have just come out of a 6-month term in the Naivasha maximum security prison because of this illegal thing. They were there on the day. Remember, we're in August 2026.
Yep.
This arrest happened in January 2025. The people he was arrested with are saying, hey, sisi tulipelekwa jela, before they now appeared in court.
Yeah.
And then they were sentenced. They've served their time. They've come out.
Yes.
They have told you what. See,
And then, we also... I gave you a story of how I was picked up by police because for some weird reason, walking in town is loitering, you know.
Jaywalking.
And when they pick you up, the first thing that they do is to handcuff you. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, so if this man was relieving himself, this officer was armed,
did he remove his handcuffs?
Did he remove his handcuffs? Did he?
Remember, he said, the same Washira said he was tied up.
Tied up.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's not pretty at all. Do you want to take a few minutes to look at this story on page 4 and 5 of
Page
this
4 and
city
5.
murders?
So let's look at the tragedy of bitter divorce and prime property row and 2 city murders now. A letter written in the heat of frustration is said to have set off a chain reaction that ended in bloodshed decades later. On February 24th, 2003, Rose Mbithe Ndetei, now Rose Mbithe Mulwa, penned a bitter complaint to the Law Society of Kenya. The matter has now dragged the woman, her daughter and son to the center of an investigation into a city assassination plot. Yesterday, Mbithe brought out the family ties to the fore, claiming a scheme to lock her and her children out of matrimonial property. That is still being said in court. So back to 2003, Mbithe wrote, I applied for division matrimonial property case number 6 of 202 between myself and one Professor David Musimi Ndetei. However, opposing advocates Chalo Mbobu insisted his diary was full until the end of the year. This deliberate behavior causes unwarranted discomfort for the parties and concerned more so when the delay is purely of malice. So what I'm telling the court is there is seemingly a plan to lock us out of what is rightfully ours. That even the case that is in court today is part of the grand scheme of things to just lock them out, you know. That notwithstanding, there are 2 individuals who are dead. Investigations have been done, you know, and there are proposed charges by the ODPP of murder. But that notwithstanding, so now we're being told that the long-running feud in Professor David Musimi Ndetei's family has spilled into the corridors of justice, with his former wife, Rose Mulwa, and 2 children denying involvement in the murder of Dr Mutiso and accusing authorities of presenting a one-sided account of the dispute. Rose, a 75-year-old, and her children, Angela and Chris, took turns to narrate what they thought was not being told to the public, tracing the family's troubles to Rose's marriage to Ndetei and a subsequent dispute over a 1.5 billion shillings parcel of land in Mlolongo, Mavoko. So here and the layer. Everything else that is happening, it's because there is that land question and everybody wants a piece of it. And there are concerns, or rather, they are suspecting that this is being planned for them to be locked out. So there you go.
Whatever happens in the dark will come to light.
Yeah.
Good morning, 7 a.m.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.
I am about 370 kilometers from Kenya's capital.